Hi, this is Andy from GPS Training. In this next short video, I'm going to show you how to open BaseCamp planning software for Windows up for the first time, and also put in some basic options within the settings when we first use BaseCamp for the first time. These are options such as units of measure and position format. I've already downloaded the free planning software from Garmin's website, and within my programs in my Windows 10 machine, if I left click on the Windows logo at the bottom of the screen and scroll down through the folders, I can see a folder named Garmin, and within that Garmin folder I've got BaseCamp software downloaded. I've got the shortcut there for BaseCamp. There is a 2D version only. That's if you've got a computer that doesn't have a 3D graphics card. So it's actually just the version that I want is the one labelled BaseCamp. I've already got the software open. I've just minimized it at the bottom of my computer screen just for speed, so I'm going to open up the software again. So the software is now open on the screen. Normally when you first open up the software for the first time, you're often prompted with boxes to do with viewing training videos from Garmin. You can tick a box to say close those down, not to show again, because you can use the help menu if you need to get to those videos again. There's help, and you can look at the video tutorials that way that Garmin themselves have put together. So normally when I start the software up for the first time and you get these boxes that come up regarding video tutorials, you can't just close them down for the first time. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the options, setting up some options for BaseCamp so we've got the right units of measure and correct position format for the types of map that I'm going to use. So we're going to go into the top left of the screen and left click on the wording edit, and then move down to the very bottom option, which is the little blue cogwheel symbol where it says options. Select options, and what will happen is a box will come up on the screen where we've got some choices of things to put in for units of measure. So it's measurement, and the measurement system at the minute is set up for metric, which we'd normally recommend if you're using Ordnance Survey maps in Great Britain, but we can, if you'd prefer feet and miles, we can change this setting. So I can left click on the drop down box where it says metric. If I change it to statute, that will put everything as miles and feet. If you prefer some things as miles and feet, some things as metric, you can select the option custom, and then you can pick on the various boxes what you want distance and speed, elevation, depth, etc. to be. So I'm going to go back to metric and just leave this one set at metric. The next thing I tend to look at under measurement is the heading setting. Normally as default that's set as true. This is so that when you plan a route, any of the information you see on your planned route to do with points that you would take, bearing that you would take from point to point, is shown as a true bearing rather than a magnetic bearing. What I'd normally do with this setting is change the heading to automatic magnetic variation. That way the BaseCamp software will work out the bearing that you would put in a magnetic compass if you were carrying a compass as backup, which is always useful, and that means you can actually take that information off BaseCamp software when you've planned a route, and you have the bearing that you would take between each of the points that you've marked on the map on a route as a magnetic bearing. Automatic magnetic variation means it automatically works out any magnetic declination that needs to be added or taken away from the compass. And the final setting we're going to look at is position. At the moment, position format, the grid system is set as one of the latitude and longitude settings, which is universal and will work worldwide on your GPS if you need to give someone a grid reference to where you are. But when we're using Ordnance Survey maps in this country, we would tend to use an Ordnance Survey British grid reference. So in this drop down box where it says grid, I'm just going to search for the one that says British National Grid and select British National Grid. In the same box you've actually got the settings for various countries and other grid systems that are available depending on the type of map you're using within BaseCamp from your GPS device. But today we're going to select British National Grid to use with our Ordnance Survey, or basically any GB maps that you're using on the software. So British National Grid, heading we've got as automatic magnetic variation, and we've got the measurement system as metric. So we just simply select OK there. That's our basic options now saved in BaseCamp software. On the next videos we're going to show you how you connect your GPS to the software and start looking at bringing up maps and viewing the maps that are actually stored on your GPS once we connect the GPS. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.